Hi, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. This week I have two simple bookbinding fun fold cards to teach you. So super fun. I love how these came out. I actually did two different versions. So I have a Christmas version. It's, beginning of November. Happy November. Hopefully enjoyed the extra 1 hour sleep last night or this morning. And here's card number 2. So these are book bindings. So I'm going to teach you how to make them, but they open like this one, and then this one opens like this. Hey, good morning, Sandra. Thanks for tuning in this morning. So I'm using a couple different stamp sets and a couple different papers, and of course my computer just kind of went wonky on me, but that's okay. I'll fix that in a minute. So for the Christmas version, I'm using the Handmade Wishes stamp set, and this is from the July to December 2022 catalog. Hey, good morning, Elaine. Thanks for tuning in. And then Color and Contour. This is from the 2022-2023 annual catalog. So these are my stamp sets, and then I'll tell you the papers as I point my camera down and try to fix my computer while I wait for myself to pop up in my feed here. So I'm going to point the camera down at my station and give me a minute to just get my computer squared away. I hope you're having a great week. It's been a little crazy in my life the past couple weeks, but I'm hanging in there. Thank you for all your well wishes. My husband's had some minor medical issues, so he seems to be on the mend, and I hope he's going to be back to normal by the end of next week. So let me see if I popped up here for myself yet so I can follow along. Here I am. Okay, so sorry, this is a terrible angle, so let me try to see if I can fix it a little bit. We are going to do two book binding fun fold cards like I mentioned. So I'm going to start and do all the stamping first just to get that out of the way. I'm using both of the stamp sets I'm using are photopolymer. So I'm going to bring over my Pierce mat. I hope I'm still live. I think I'm still live. So give me a thumbs up if you can still see me. I think you can still see me. I don't know why. I seem to have a lag on my end. So, okay, let's just jump right in. And bring over my Pierce mat and do my stamping first, just to get that over with. So, Pierce mat. And we are going to stamp on die cuts that I already cut out ahead of time, just to save time on the video. So I have two die cuts, and I need to be careful because one's vanilla and one is white. Just because of the designer series papers I'm using, I ended up using the Lights Aglow specialty designer series paper for the Christmas version. But I know it's the beginning of November, and some of you may have already finished your Christmas cards. So I would love to know, leave me a comment here, have you already finished your Christmas cards or not? If not, there is still plenty of time. Based on where I am in Massachusetts, it takes about a week to get my supplies from Stampin' Up in Utah. So there's still, like I said, plenty of time to still get an order in to order. So this is the Christmas version. It's very vanilla cardstock, and I just stamped with the Handmade Wishes, the Christmas and the Merry, and soft succulent ink. And this is a die cut from the Scallop Contours dies, so probably one of my top 3 favorite die sets in the catalogs that are current right now. So that's it for the soft succulent ink. And I'm going to bring over my Whisper White and do the second card I'm doing is Sweet Sorbet. So that's one of the 2022-2024 ink colors. And the stamp set is Color and Contour. And it has this "You're absolutely amazing" sentiment that I love. And these just fit on these dies so nicely, like a perfect fit. Okay, so my stamping is all done. Hey, good morning, Joanne. Thanks for tuning in. Have not finished Christmas cards yet. Yeah, I figured that there would be some like that, but there's definitely some people that are doing them months and months and months in advance, depending on how many they're sending out. Okay, so let's start with the Christmas version. I have all my pieces cut and prepped. I'm not going to mix up and get this mixed up with that. Okay, so I'm starting with a piece of soft succulent cardstock. And what I did is I scored it ahead of time just to save time for you on the video. So the soft succulent base is 8.5 by 5.5, and then you score at 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. Let me see if I can, I don't know why I seem to be totally off today with the camera, so sorry, I've adjusted a couple times, so here we go. So then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna score on our folds, and I did kind of just score a little bit earlier, just to get a nice crisp score marks. So if you have a bone folder, that would be helpful. And then this piece here, we're gonna put glue. So I suggest a strong adhesive. I like the multi-purpose liquid glue or the green glue here. And so I'm just gonna put a little bit in this little section here, where in between where I have my score marks, and I'm just gonna glue this little piece shut. So this is gonna make like our book seam, our book binding, and then this card's gonna open like this. Okay, so super, super simple. I'll put all the measurements below so you have all the measurements. And then we're just gonna decorate this up with some designer series paper. So this is the Lights Aglow specialty that has kind of the gold in it. And I kept my, oh, do I want to go this way or do I want to go this way? I'm going to go this way with my designer paper. I kind of kept my embellishing, wow, very simple on these cards this morning, but you totally could, you know, embellish some more. So I'll give you the measurements of these pieces in the links below. The skinny piece is, wow, I can't read my own writing. Let me see, it's 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. And then this piece is 3 by 5 1/4. So it works out well because this designer paper is 6 by 6. Okay, so let's do the inside too. I have a piece of Very Vanilla for the inside. And I also have a couple other tips for the inside. You could totally actually add more to the inside of how this opens. So this is the same measurement as the designer paper, 3 by 5 1/4. And now I can't get my card to open, come on. So this is gonna go over here so you can either stamp a sentiment or write a little message, but you could also put something here too. So if you really wanted to make a wow card and add some scrap designer paper, or if you wanted to like write a note and stamp a sentiment, you could do that too. So you could do 2 insides. So there's one tip there. Let's put our Merry Christmas on. I'm just gonna put this on with some Seal Plus. You could use Stampin' Dimensionals here too. So we're just gonna put this towards the bottom. And you know, I also thought I could do some gold foil behind this layer here and do like a little banner. So if you wanted to jazz it up a little bit more, you totally could do that. I am going to add some ribbon and a pearl. So let's do the ribbon. This is a 18-inch piece of the soft succulent open weave. So I want to make sure I'm nice and flat in the back and do a flat knot. So I'm just gonna bring my kind of lengths about even and do my knot, I don't know, about 2/3 of the way up. And I'll give you a tip to get this to stay. So I'm just gonna cross my ribbons, try to keep everything as flat as possible, hold there with my finger, and then just put my ribbon underneath, hold one edge and pull the other edge to get a nice flat knot. And I did 18 inches. You probably could get away with about 17 inches of ribbon here, but just so you have something to hold on to. And then take your paper snips. Let me get this a little bit back straight for you. Get your paper snips and give that a little angle on your ribbon. It's always difficult for me, but I can fix it later. So a tip to get this to stay where you want it, I kind of want it about in the middle of the paper, is to just take your pick tool and a mini glue dot, and I am just gonna grab one, whatever side I have. I actually have the score side because I use this to score my cardstock. And we're just gonna put a glue dot behind there to get that knot to stay where I want it. And then I decided to just use the gold pearls for both of my cards. So these are the festive pearls. Use whatever embellishment you have in your stash. So anything gold would actually match really pretty because this is the specialty paper that kind of has the gold accents there. So there is card number 1. So as I make these, you're going to see something that you could actually have it open this way, but then you could also turn it. And if you had a design or something that went the other way, you could also do it this way. So I'm going to show you 2 cards, but you're going to actually have 4 different possibilities of making this card. So super, super fun. I have never made one of these before in all my years of stamping, but I've certainly gotten bookbinding cards in swaps. So that's kind of why I had this one on my list to teach you today. So Robin says pretty. Thanks, Robin. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Okay, so I have stuff. I'm making a big giant mess. I have things everywhere, but I want to do the sweet sorbet card that I showed you in the beginning because I wanted something different from Christmas because I know some people are just already done with Christmas. So, but I mean, the Merry Christmas card, you totally could make a whole bunch, and they're pretty simple if you still have a whole bunch of Christmas cards to make. So, sweet sorbet. This one, the measurements are 4 1/4 by 11, and then we're scoring it at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so again, if you have your bone folder handy, I'm going to do a quick burnish on my score lines. And then it's going to be very similar, just all the measurements are a little different. But we're going to open this up, and in this section here between our score marks is where we're going to put our adhesive. Okay, and then we're just going to close this up. This is our front. I want to make sure that's good and strong. So if you have the Seal Plus, that would be good for your adhesive on your binding or liquid glue. Those are my recommendations. And then I use the In Color Designer Series paper. So this pretty, wow, what do I call this? Plaid, this pretty plaid. So I'm doing kind of like a monochromatic look. Both of these were kind of sort of monochromatic because the soft succulent was the base color on the first card. But I'm doing the plaid, and then on the little seam over here, I'm going to do the polka dot. Or it's actually little hexagons if you look up close, but it looks like polka dot to me. But up close it is hexagons. So this is a 1 by 4. And this is a 4 by 4. So pretty easy measurements for this one as well. And then there's a 4 by 4 white that's going to go on the inside. So we'll just put that on with a little bit of Seal Plus. I seem to have an issue opening my cards today. So, whoop, there we go. And then picking stuff up. Wow. I need some more caffeine, even though I got the extra hour sleep, which was super helpful. Wednesday it was. I was at the hospital at 6:30 a.m. and we had to, I woke up at 5:45 a.m. So Wednesday night I had huge bags under my eyes from my day, and it was a very long day, but it was good. Surgery was successful for my poor hubby. So I'm just gonna put this down here in the corner. And if you placed an order with me in October, you might be getting this card in the mail from me this week. So those lucky people. We're going to do 1 gold festive pearl down here. And I'm going to do the ribbon The ribbon is the Sweet Sorbet metallic woven in color ribbon, and it's super skinny. And let me show you what I did with this ribbon. First of all, we're gonna go around the back. I want to make sure it's nice and flat. This ribbon really is persnickety if it's not nice and flat. So I want to try to keep it nice and flat, kind of line up my edges. I want this one to be in the gully, and I'm going to do a little bow. And once you kind of cut it off, it kind of frays a little bit, this ribbon, but I do like it. It's super shiny and pretty in real life. So I'm going to try to not twist it too much, get it to lay flat, and just tie a bow. So this one I did about 16 inches of ribbon, and I might need to redo, but it's not too bad. And then I kind of want it to like lie in the little gully where my binding is. So I might need to fix it a little bit, but not too shabby at all. So again, this one you could put a message or stamp another piece on this side as well. No caffeine until tomorrow afternoon. Oh no, cardiac stress test. Yeah, so my husband actually had 2 minor surgeries, so it was like nothing to eat or drink after midnight. And one of the surgeries, I think it was at like 3:30 in the afternoon. At least the one this week was 8:30 a.m., so that was a little bit easier to not drink or eat anything. But oh no, I'll be sending you good vibes, Robin. So I am terrible if I'm like don't have caffeine, and I'm actually even more terrible if I don't really have like my favorite caffeine, which is a chai latte. So chai latte girl here. So those are my cards, and again, what I was saying about the kind of orientation, you could do this one. So this is the top, and it opens like this. So you kind of have 4 possibilities with these 2 cards. I'm going to bring over my original samples because those look a little prettier. So here are my 2 original samples. So I hope you try this bookbinding fold, fun fold, and certainly tag me or share it with me on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, I would love to see your versions. And I have a couple announcements I do want to share before I sign off. Is that I will have my link below in this video. If you don't have a demonstrator and you're watching this and you would like to place an order, I would love to have your order. It is the Christmas season, so don't forget Stampin' Up! Has kits for sale. We have a lot of all-inclusive kits, and I actually I have one right over my shoulder, so let me grab it really quick before I sign off. Just because it is that season, is that I have the Christmas giving tag kit, and these are really large tags, just so you can kind of get a reference. This is my card, and this is the size of the tag, so it totally would fit on a card front as well. But you get 9 tags in this kit, and you get everything you need to make them. So all the supplies, including the stamps, a block, some ink. So if you're looking for a little gift to give somebody as a hostess gift, or you just want to make them up and package them up and give them to people. So it's one of the ideas I have that I'll be sharing over the next couple weeks. But there's all sorts of different kits. There's birthday card kits. There is a 12 by 12 frame that is like a little home decor that I think would be great for anybody from a teenage girl to an adult. It has like little to-do lists or shopping lists that you can use it for. So super adorable. And there are some kits that don't even include stamping. So consider those over the next couple weeks while you're shopping for people on your Christmas shopping list. I want to thank everybody that contributed to Stamp Out Breast Cancer 2022. Our total right now is over $21,000, and we actually hope to raise $10,000 was our stretch goal. So we more than doubled that goal. So it was totally incredible. I'm actually wearing my shirt today. So thank you, Tiffany, for the shirts. Mine finally came the afternoon of the event. And I'm wearing my earrings I won in one of the raffle prizes I won. So very exciting. Thank you. And our link is still open. So if you have not donated and want to donate, send me a message, because with your donation of $25, you get a 17 card PDF tutorial. So hit me up if you want to make a contribution to that event. Our link will be open, I believe, until the end of December 2022. And then I'm just going to bring the camera back up at my face just to sign off. You love the tags. Yeah, check out the Christmas gifting tag kit. I believe it's $21, $22 plus shipping and tax. So for the 9 beautiful cards, and then you get like the little stamp set to keep forever. So definitely a great value. And just to sign off, I will be announcing a class to go this week. So if you are not on my mailing list, I will have the link below to jump on that. But on this Friday, November 11th, I'm going to announce a Sweet Candy Canes class to go. And it will be open for a week for ordering. But next Sunday, 10 a.m. here, Eastern, when I do my Facebook Live, I'm going to make the 3 cards. It's going to be 6 cards in total, but it's going to be 3 designs. So you'll get 2 of each with a $35 order. And if you bump your order up to $50, there will be an extra free gift from me. So that is just because my life has been a little chaotic, and I did promise to do one more Christmas card class this month. But with a lot of unknowns with my husband's medical situation right now, I decided to put that class to go on my schedule this month. And I actually plan to do a class to go every month now. So I'm already planning my one for December, which will not be Christmas, obviously. So I'll be using the new fitting florets for December. But for November, I'm going to use the Sweet Candy Cane bundle. So look out for that. And that will be my Facebook Live next week. So I'll make the 3 cards here. But if you want the card kit, and the measurements, you'll have to place an order. So that's it for this week for me. Have a great week. It is incredible. Yesterday it got up to almost 80 degrees here in Massachusetts, and today it is supposed to be 75. So even if I just get out to do some errands, I am going out to soak up that sunshine. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in live or catching the replay.